For this week's TESPN Podcast, we are doing a preview for the state championship football game. We got Coach Mickens here, probably getting more calls from the media, but he's been generous enough to spend a few minutes with us here. And this week, just the whole podcast is going to be devoted to getting everybody previewed up for this big championship game as we film. It's about 48, 50 hours from now. This is Thursday morning. So, Coach Mickens, football fever has taken over at Trinity in a way that I know you're proud of, but maybe we haven't seen the likes of this. First thing I think it's important for us to know is just how are you as the head coach handling all the outside distractions, the media requests, the tickets, and also keeping the players focused on the task at hand.
That's a great question, Rick. So you know this because you've played in these games. We actually talked about it. That's a distraction I just couldn't account for. So early in the week, I did tell the guys. I said, "Hey, listen, we're gonna make sure that we enjoy this, but we're also gonna kind of insulate ourselves from all the outside noise." And but yeah, no, I didn't have any idea. I wish you had told me, man. You know how this works.
Well, and one thing that this week has really reminded me of is I've always felt like on the game day, like on a Friday in the winter of a big rivalry basketball game, particularly a home game, if it was Benedictine, St. Christopher's Collegiate, like that day, there's a lot of focus, or maybe even 2 days. But just the nature of football, being a once-a-week sport, and being a state championship game, and being it's here at home, yes, I've been through it, but I think maybe not to this degree of just it's all anybody wants to talk about at school, in classes. Of course, as students who I've taught know I'd love to talk about sports, so it's been hard even staying on track and focusing on things besides this game. But at the same time, no matter how much you talk about it, it's going to get here when it gets here. You can't make it come faster. So really, I guess just also what has the week been like in terms of preparation for the coaching staff? Because no matter what you do, Saturday at 1 o'clock is not going to happen until Saturday at 1 o'clock. So how do you use the hours at your disposal to get the team prepared?
Yeah, so football's a lot different, obviously, than baseball and basketball, soccer. It just has its own rhythm to it, and so the guys are just taking it the same way we've taken it all year. This week, there's been a little heightened focus, but they're a team, they're a family, and typical things happen with families, right? You have your ups and downs and your ins and outs, and nothing's changed with this group. We're an interesting bunch this year, so we kind of embrace all that comes with it. I wouldn't have it any other way than to win with this group, and so yeah, no, you can't rush it though. That's the thing with football. I know Friday night, it's always Saturday morning we wake up and the coaches we have a text chat and we'll say Merry Christmas, because it feels like Christmas Eve, every Friday night.
Love it. So we haven't got a chance really to talk a whole lot about the semifinal game. So just if in a minute or two, if you could just recap. We're down at halftime, score a touchdown to cut it to 1, but then we didn't convert the extra point, so we're still down. And then how do you, at that point, what changed for us to basically win the second half 28-0 and go on the road and beat a good St. Stephen, St. Agnes team?
Yeah, they were a tough team. They were a well-coached, very disciplined team. I don't know, halftime was great. The guys were nice and relaxed. I just remember sharing a moment with Cam Fleming and Zaire Rayner, and just kind of, they kind of got my calmness, and they were really calm, and it was more of hey, let's execute, let's get stuff done, and I had a conversation with our quarterback, Jack Toscano, and just said, hey, stay within yourself, stay within the system, and everything's going to be all right, and that's really true with that kid. If he's within himself and doing what he does really well, then the team seems to follow that. And what happens in the second half? Three rushing touchdowns. He's slinging the ball all over, and guys are the defense becomes electric. And so everything just kind of feeds off of that. It's I don't. The person I kind of he reminds me of is Johnny Manziel at
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, yeah. where it's like the offense is better, the defense is better, the special teams is better. And when he's, kind of in that zone of kind of talking trash and the whole team's talking, and feeling good and really with each other, not even to the opponent,
right.
But just kind of like this bravado that the entire team gets. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, and I mean, people who've watched our podcast know what a big fan I am of Jack Toscano. So it's really happy for him getting those 3 touchdowns as a senior, getting that 2-point conversion to put us up 7, and then making a couple extra points down the stretch as well, because we know that
when he makes extra
those
points.
those are crucial for sure.
That's right.
And one thing that Jack told us about back on the season preview was how much pride he takes in kicking, which is something that I think is really, really cool for QB1 to take pride in that as well. A couple more questions. So this season you've dealt with a lot of injuries, particularly a lot of the seniors, but then also Cam Fleming was out for a little bit, Zaire Rayner was out for a little bit, and of course Chris and Sam Singleton have been out for most of the year. LJ Jones was out for an extended period. Sam Gorey has been out, who's behind the camera here. And of course, there's going to be injuries in any athletic season, and particularly the nature of football. You're going to have injuries, but you had injuries to key guys at key positions. Seems like the team's about as healthy as y'all have been, but just can you talk about the journey through navigating with those injuries and what that's looked like?
It's just been next man up all season long, next man up. So I think that's actually we played this last game without Carlos Moore, our big right tackle. Unfortunately, his mother fell ill, and so he had to leave the team on Friday to tend to his mother down in South Carolina. And the nature of this team. I mean, I didn't finish telling them what was happening, and the team leaders were shaking their heads like, "Oh, he's got to go," And so to come out and beat again a playoff team without a college level offensive lineman who left on a Friday, and Robbie Dunn just kind of stepped in and said, "Hey, let me change my number. I'll go play that position." I mean, but that's been the mentality of this team all year long. So we've had all types of ups, downs, ins, and outs that kind of go on, and none of it matters. Just keep the train rolling, keep moving, and so I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell. Like I'm trying to contain it. I just want. I wanted everyone in Trinity to be able to experience what it's like to be at a school that has a good football team, and from the time that we became friends, 13 years ago. We've talked about what this would be like to have a good football team, to have a great basketball program where we've got that, right? To start winning titles in all those sports. Well, this is kind of the pinnacle, for football. And so I'm just proud of these guys, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy the school community gets a chance to celebrate the hard work that they put in.
Absolutely. Outside of the football program, I mean, I can't, I'm obviously not part of the program, but I can't tell you how excited I am. I've woken up every night this week in the middle of the night, like, is it game day yet? So I can't even imagine what y'all are going through, because the adrenaline is through the roof for me, and I don't even get to be out there, but we'll make sure our broadcast is top notch for the people who have to watch the stream who can't be here. And thousands of people will be here. Thanks again so much, Coach Mickens, for joining us. It was great to hear from you. Congratulations on an incredible season. Good luck on Saturday. You got any final words for Titan Nation here?
Yeah, let's go. Titan Nation, we're going to need you. As Pack Aycock Stadium, come out and help us get that victory.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, man.
Good luck.
All right, so I'm here with a couple football players. I'm here with Cam Fleming, Trai Ferguson, and Jack Toscano, and then co-host DJ Covington. So, DJ, you want to start off? First question.
Yeah. So let's put it into perspective, boys. First game of the season, Benedictine, cross-town rival, at Henrico, at night. Y'all get the win. This is like big energy, great crowd. And now let's fast forward all the way to November, the end of the season, the Benedictine for the state championship at home. How do y'all feel kind of going into it? Just kind of thinking it's like full circle, the way it started and the way it ended.
Yeah, it's honestly a storybook ending. Like, there's no other way of saying it. From losing to them 3 times in a row, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 by a bunch, and then the third one, we got close, tasted victory, and couldn't finish. And then to beat them for the first time at night in front of like 3,000 people was crazy, and a lot of energy going into that. But like Coach Mickens was saying, we're both different teams. This is a different game. You can't bring over anything from the previous games to this one except for film. And you got to treat it like there's one more game. That's really all it is. You got to go 1-0 this week and get a victory.
Facts. I'm going to pick up on what Jack was saying. We just got to go in this game respecting them, like knowing that they're a good team, knowing that we're a good team, and it's going to be a hard-fought battle.
Yeah, I say we can't go in thinking it's the same type of team that we faced like the first game of the year. Just going in and playing like we haven't played them before, so they're a totally different team. So just playing them as we never played them before. So.
No, for sure. So I got a question for Cam. So in the later part of the season, you've been dealing with some injuries, but now you're back. What's been your approach to kind of getting back into the full swing of things, getting ready to really go 100 at these next games?
I've just been taking it slow. These past couple of games, I haven't been able to produce as much as I used to when I was 100%. But just kind of getting back in a row, just going slowly and just trying to get back to my team going 100% for this last game.
Sweet. So, kind of going throughout the season, thinking about throughout the season. Does any of you guys have like a favorite moment? Kind of recapping your whole season, anything you'd like to pick out specifically as kind of less than 48 hours from the last game of the season?
It definitely had to be our latest win versus St. Agnes. We've never came back down at halftime, and then, we went one unanswered in the second half. So that has to be the best feeling for us as a program, as a player on this team, that we're peaking at the right time.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to agree with that. And to take it a step further, we were down by 1 in the fourth quarter, I believe. So we went 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter, which is really unheard of. Like, that does not happen. And to just be able to play in a state championship against a team of Benedictine's caliber is an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, especially like that last game, just the 28 unanswered points, but just like the energy I felt at halftime, we kind of looked at each other in each eyes, just saying everybody was just calm, relaxed, just knowing we're going to go out and give 100% and, finish the rest of the game. So that was definitely a good feeling.
All right, so under 48 hours in till the big day, the idea is to just approach it like every other week, but it's not every other week. So, what's it just been like going into this game, knowing that this is probably the biggest game we've played in all of our lives up to date, for sure? Yeah,
it's been a crazy week. It's been filled with a lot of energy. It's all I can think about all week, just the game. I wake up to the game, doing homework and just think about the game. So I'm just very excited, to play in this type of environment, especially at home. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I had to piggyback on that. All everybody can think about is this game, and we're trying to go into practice, calm everybody down, get the attention to detail right. We have to try to get perfect practices, but it's just so much behind this game. It's crazy.
Shoot. I'm with them on this one. There's no other way of answering it. It's the biggest game of all our lives, and we're playing at home, which is even crazier. And like I said, it's just like DJ was saying, it's full circle. It's a storybook ending. So we just got to go out there and get the dub.
All right, my next question is for Jack. Being the senior captain, senior quarterback, kind of going into this is your last high school football game, I guess. How do you feel kind of going into that game?
Yeah, so that's probably, I haven't really processed it all yet, and I think I will when we end the game, and probably going into the game too. So, but like Coach Mickens was telling me earlier, it's not often you get to know when your last game is. So I'm getting to play, in a good scenario, of course. So I'm getting to play for a state championship on my last game. There's no better feeling in the world. And I mean, we just got to come out on top. That's really all I could say about it.
No, for sure. So I appreciate you guys coming out here. But I got one final question. So Trinity football, we always call it a family. So coming out here this Saturday, what does this family really mean to you guys?
I think it's gonna mean everything. Just everybody on the team. I see everybody as a good friend of mine, but also see him as just somebody that's like I can really go to for anything. Like I come into the locker room every day, and it's just not a person I can't just say what's up to or just can't get some advice from. So this team is very close, and I feel like that's what we're built off of. Just that brother relationship. So I think it's gonna take a whole as a team to finish this game, but I think we definitely have.
Yeah, coming into the season, it was still a family, of course, but this bond has grown and stronger and stronger each game. And right now, I think it's the strongest it's ever been. So, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, just speaking personally, from all my knucklehead mistakes that I've made all throughout the season and previous seasons, they've always backed me up and always supported me through literally everything, and I'm just so grateful for them. This is literally family to me.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming out here.
Any last words, Trai Nation?
Please come out and support us.